What's up everyone, Darkblade here, bringing you an Uncharted free gameplay. Now, I'm going to use this gameplay really to just bring you information and talk about the latest patch that was released, version 1.02, which was released Monday, I believe, which was a few days ago when this should be uploaded. Anyway, basically, this is the biggest patch, and it solves a lot of the issues that were bugging people from the retail release of the game. I know there has been a mini patch since there, version 1.01, but this is basically the biggest one that resolves a lot of the issues and adds a lot of things that were missing from the retail version. Anyway, cracking on. Basically, the single player. Now, the single player patches have received the following. Basically, they have added the movie cutscene viewer, which allows you to view all the story cutscenes without having to play through the game. Now, all the other Uncharted games had this mode, but for some reason it was missing from the retail release of Uncharted 3. So I'm glad they put it in now anyway. Moving on, they fixed some technical issues with the single player. They fixed the missing motion blur effect, which was supposed to be for single player. And they have added an alternate aim setting added to the options under the camera options in the options menu. Said options too many times then, I think, but anyway, switching to the alternate aim setting turns the basic mechanics of shooting in the game into similar feel of Uncharted 2. Basically, I read that Naughty Dog listened to a lot of fan feedback and implemented this because a lot of people thought that Uncharted 3's aiming mechanic was too stiff, too clunky or bulky, or however you want to describe it. So they've added this option for those who want it to feel a bit more smoother, a bit more like Uncharted 2 was. Interestingly enough, though, this has only been for single player. They have not changed the aiming mechanics at all for the multiplayer, which I'm sure is going to still piss some people off. Anyway, I'm moving on to the multiplayer changes now. Basically, in general, they fixed a setting bug. Basically, if you flipped your controls in the settings mode, they will no longer change back to the default. In terms of gameplay, they've changed the following. Medal streaks won't reset if the host migrates to another user, which is good because I did notice that happening quite a few times. One that a lot of people will be happy to hear is that Blindfire targeting has been adjusted so that opposing players past a certain vertical angle above and below won't be hit anymore by Blindfire, which is handy because I know a lot of people are complaining about Blindfire, seen as sort of like half the people seem to do that. You're allowed to throw grenades while scoped in now. That is a good one for me because I like the scoped weapons, the G-Maw and the snipers. They have tuned the pull down range from 1.5 meters to 2 meters, which is good. I kind of do like them. They've lowered the player's running speed when a player runs and guns by approximately 15%. Another nerf to blind firing, I see, which is good. Although that being said, they have actually increased the turn radius of running and gunning. So, I don't know. Do you want to call that a buff to it? I don't know. Lastly, for the gameplay changes, they have decreased the turning speed during sprint. Now, a lot of people have complained that this has led to the nerf of Fleetfoot, the perk. Now, I personally can't comment much on this because I use negative perks, but oh well. Now, moving on to the technical issues they fixed during the for the multiplayer. So not during the multiplayer, but for the multiplayer. Anyway, they fixed the infrequent hunter spawning issue that was in the hunter arena when the matches switched. I personally wasn't aware of that because I never really play hunter arena. They have fixed several cinema crashes. That is actually a point. When I was playing the beta, there used to be little sort of cinematic things at the start and end of the matches. I wonder whatever happened to them, because I don't seem to notice them in the matches anymore. So for the future, maybe? They locked the fast forwarding in the cinema mode for the convoy sequence in the airstrip and the train sequence during the London Underground in TDM. To times 3% when fast forwarding. Yeah, okay. If that helps, then so be it. They've fixed certain cameras in the kickoff and pull downs. I did notice this. I've got numerous pull downs captured on camera, and they look really bizarre and funky and, well, silly really. So I'm glad they fixed that. They fixed a late join skin bug with locked content. Basically, this was if you joined a game late and you were selected over a skin you hadn't unlocked yet, you would play that match as that skin. Well, not a huge bug, but to be all fairness, yeah, they kind of needed to sort that out. They fixed a split screen buddy treasure pickup bug. I must confess I didn't know about this either. Lastly, they had fixed a duplicate medal problem, causing bad tabulation of a few new medals in the player's career status. Whatever the fuck that means. So, sorry, I am reading the patch notes, but I'm kind of giving you my thought on what I've experienced so far as well. Anyway, lastly, we're moving on to the user interface. Objective points now show up in the player's competitive statistics tab instead of the cooperative statistics tab. I did wonder that. They've added a Facebook sign out option. They've also added a add friend functionality to the Facebook tab. They fixed the voice icon for mics not appearing in the matchmaking lobby. That's good, because I like muting people. Added missing weapon stats tracking for certain weapons that are not being recorded to the player's stats. They fixed fix for not displaying the entire online ID within the player's column in any leaderboard. And there's a fix for a user having an online containing 15 or more characters created in uppercase format to actively use a voice comm device. I didn't know that happened, but glad it's fixed, I guess. Now, lastly, the server matchmaking now waits double the number of players in the biggest party in the room to be present before starting the game. This is to prevent parties from being split frequently. Okay. Now that's it for the patch notes that are in writing, but I must add they have at last implemented into the game the individual sign-ins when you go into split screen, so I can play with my brother, my girlfriend, or Dick down the road, and we can all use our individual logins, which is really what I was hoping for. They said they were going to implement it back in July or whenever it was announced. I think it was July, or it might be in June. But anyway, I'm glad they've implemented, and I think it should make a lot of people happy. Now the game's coming to an end, so I'll say this has been Darkblade, reading you some of the patch notes and giving you my thoughts on them. And I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. It's a nice win here for us. I think I did fairly. Yeah, I did all right. Well, at least I thought I did all right. Anyway, subscribe to my channel if you want more Uncharted news and information and stuff. Thanks for watching.